We're going to look at the subject of bankers' bonuses. Now, it's a subject that's caused a lot of heat, and most people will have probably already made up their minds. Being in a good academic tradition, we're going to take a step back from this and have a look at both the case for and against. If it were a court of law, we'd have two expert witnesses, but we've got two for the price of one here in Ruth Bender. Now, Ruth, you can look at both sides of this with somebody who's studied executive compensation. Let's look at the case for.
Okay, well, the case for, this came about because we got an urgent inquiry from a magazine one night. They'd been let down by a contributor. Could they have 700 words on why bankers' bonuses were a good idea? So this is the case for bankers' bonuses. First of all, Steve, you have to understand there's no right answer to this. There's absolutely no reason why bankers should be paid a vast amount of money and the guy who collects my bins in the morning not paid a vast amount of money. Or put it another way, probably soldiers, engineers, nurses are more used to society. But society has chosen to give bankers a lot of money. So the first thing is there's no right answer. But if you then start from where we are, investment banking in particular is an industry where profits are incredibly volatile. And in any business where profits are volatile, it makes sense to have a bonus structure in. So you can reward employees in the good years and you don't have to pay so much in the bad years. That makes absolutely perfect sense, all right? And then you take it a stage further and it's an industry where what individuals do actually matters. One individual making a good call can make a big difference to the bank's profit. So again, it makes sense, if you like, to reward them with a bonus. That's reasonable.
Now, there's been a lot of vigorous discussion in the press, with pressure groups, with people speaking out very loudly against bankers' bonuses. What's the case there?
Well, there are many cases there. If you just say I was talking about performance-related pay and having it variable with profits, one of the problems you had with the bankers was you had all these individuals who were on a high level of pay and all of a sudden they couldn't get bonuses, but you wanted to keep them because you were afraid they would go away and all that. So what happened was they increased their salaries. So if you then move back to a high bonus structure and high salaries, it does give you rather a lot of pay coming out. And then if you carry on from that, two other arguments. First one is that bonuses don't work. I mean, there is a lot of research evidence that says bonuses work if you're standing on an assembly line doing piecework, making things, and you don't need to engage your mind. But when you're trying to incentivize creativity in a complex job, there's a lot of evidence that says you can't. And then the other fundamental point is we're all a little bit aggrieved about the financial crisis, and there is an argument that says, a very strong argument that says it was caused by bad banking, and it does seem a little bit unconscionable that the same people who got us into this mess are now getting very large bonuses whilst thousands and thousands and thousands of people are suffering a lot. I think it's only polite for them not to take too much of a bonus.
So there we are, two sides of an argument. Any final reflections?
Two things. The first one is I've written about it in the Cranfield magazines and it might be worth looking at it. And the second one is I like a Billy Joel quote where he talks about the more you know about a subject, the more difficult it is to come down on either side. The song is Shades of Grey if you want to listen to it.
Ruth, thank you very much.